What do you say? We go ahead and start the show.
Sure.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
That's my Jack Nicholson. It's very bad.
Wow. I would have not guessed that.
No. I channeled it and it didn't work. But welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 125.
Thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome. I am Mikey T, and of course, across from me is Curb Stomped.
Hi.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, please.
Yes, you can. Curbstomp.com.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
it's
thing.
there.
It is April the 23rd. April?
Wow. Yeah, it is.
It is. Wow. 2023. And you are listening to the Stream Void
Wow.
Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
I agree.
And how was your in between?
Oh, yeah.
The last week of in between.
The last week of in between, it was. I didn't really work. Was just nothing.
Oh yeah.
A nothing burger. Nothing really happened. Just the usual malarkey. So it's like, running hot and cold on it. Just like sometimes it's like, yeah, okay, everything's whatever. And then it's just like, oh, again, I have to go do this bullshit again. So it's like, anyways, be nice to switch it up or something like that. But
switch it up.
yeah, there's not, I don't know.
You're fairly switched up because your office, warehouse.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's just like the same fucking dealing with the same.
Oh,
my
yeah.
good friend
Your
and like
good
all
friend
that.
and-
It's just like
and her friends and
some days it's like, oh yeah, okay, no problem. And then it's just like, oh my God, again. So whatever. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what can you say, really?
Yeah.
No one wants to go to work, and if you want to go to work, something's wrong with you.
It all depends on your work, I guess.
Yeah, but that's very rare, dude.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, what job could you be going to where you're like a porno star? But even then, it's like, if you're a dude, it's like you gotta have a hard cock all day long. And then if you're a chick, you're getting railed in the butthole all day. So you probably wake up in the morning and be like, I don't think my butthole can take a beating today, but oh well, gotta go get the money.
Time to get the slog on.
Yeah. It's fucking...
And your cameraman just jizz dodging and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's hump day again.
Hump day is every day.
Yeah, so...
Unless you're
anyways.
filming storyline that day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll talk about storyline and erotic films a little later, probably. So yeah. Anyways, it's just kind of like I wish I could just be independently wealthy.
You got to edit harder.
I know, dude. I don't know.
Hit them shorts.
Hit
the TikTok harder than you've TikToked ever before.
I know, but I'm just so bad at like deciding what is worthwhile.
Yeah, I know. You're like streaming for 4 hours and then you're like, okay, now I guess I better watch this back.
And it's like, yeah.
You need a producer.
I know. I
Producer, editor,
wish I could have given Feldy full-time dollary dues, man. Because
Yeah,
I'd be PewDiePie right now.
You'd be Putin.
Man, I'd be Markiplier. Well, you'd be Markiplier,
I'd be
obviously.
Markiplier, yeah, of course.
And I'd be like,
Stands
does
to reason.
Markiplier have like an ugly white friend that he hangs out with?
Probably.
Okay. But he's not like Mr. Beast?
No.
No, he just is all himself?
He's all himself. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure he's got like a team, but not like a Mr. Beast team.
Okay. He's doing another movie, apparently.
Yeah?
But I think it might be animated. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Because I was like, he's going to come back here to film it?
I really like... Pewdie's got like 2 people.
Yeah, his
Plus-
wife
plus
and his dog
Marzia?
and him.
No, it's Marzia and then Sai and another editor. But Marzia...
Like- Gangnam Style?
yeah, like Gangnam Style.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But Marzia does the editing for like the regular vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I love watching those regular vlogs. It's just like, it's not PewDiePie, it's Felix. Felix and Marzia on the town. And they're just bumming around Japan doing whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so fun to watch.
Oh, crazy.
Just what's Pewdie's doing.
Dark
he's
Side
just
Phil
walking
hates
around.
PewDiePie, dude.
Yeah?
PewDiePie started doing videos. Like, he legitimately was watching Darkside Phil videos.
Yeah.
And was like, I could do this too. And he started doing them and he just blew up. So
Yeah.
Darkside Phil hates him because he would comment. Like, you can go back and look at his old YouTube videos and there's comments from PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's the thing. I don't like watching PewDiePie. I like watching.
Yeah,
I like watching
yeah.
Felix.
I don't like to watch. I've seen. That's what I think is my problem is whenever I've seen him, it's like PewDiePie.
Yeah, the
And I
disconnect.
fucking hate that shit, dude.
The difference between his PewDiePie character and Felix is it's quite far apart.
Maybe I need a character.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I need to stop being so real. Why are you laughing so hard at that?
Well, because you made a good face.
Oh, thank you. You
You made
I
a good
appreciate
face.
that. That's my
A
first
real face.
That's my first step into my character is that face.
Whoa.
I'll have to- yeah, it's like I'm like an Italian Spider-Man or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, good gravy. Anyways, if anyone wants to donate $1 million to me, and then I can do it full time, that'd be appreciated. Patreon.com/StreamBoyPod. Actually, if you're gonna send me $1 million, we'll do it through certified check. We won't let them take a cut.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
There you
straight cash.
Yeah, how do you get like a benefactor? Do you know back in the olden days, the king would be like, give him a grant.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You got to go to the queen.
No,
Oh,
fuck the queen,
You got to
man.
go to the
king?
the king to be.
Oh, he hasn't been coronated yet?
It's coming up. It should be this year. We are still a colony, so technically you could.
Yeah, but I don't
We're all
think...
British on the inside.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you'd have to be like, hey, Charles, can I have some money, bud?
Chuck? Can I call him Chuck?
You can call him Chuck.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
on first name basis with him.
Yeah, hell yeah. Of course.
First name.
Of course.
Of course.
Dude, I would never get it because there's no way I would call him His Majesty. Or I would not be like, I would not bow to him. I bow to no fucking man. Okay? The only person I'd bow to is like if I'm in Japan or something like that, where everybody bows to everybody.
Yes.
But I ain't bowing to fucking Chuck.
What if
Okay?
he gives you $1 million?
I'll be slobbing on his knob.
The old knob slob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, now we're talking about blowing the king.
Yeah, well.
That's crazy.
The sidetracks have been sidetracked.
That's crazy.
I mean, sometimes you got to blow the king to get ahead in life, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
That's how Camilla did it.
yes.
I seen her. She got to be a freak in the sack, dude.
Yep.
No. Why would you go from Princess Di to Camilla? Come on, seriously. Let's be real.
Because you just can't go. You can't go anywhere but down from die.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you could have like maybe been like one step down,
Not like
not
down
like
at the bottom of the stairs.
50% down. You know, Camilla's like she's a handsome lady, you know, but she's no Princess Di.
No.
Maybe Princess Di just starfished in bed, just laid there like this, you know? That's why her son sucks so bad.
Maybe.
Yeah, dude.
You never know.
Fucking imagine being a royalty person. They're so out of touch, dude.
Yeah.
All of them are.
Yeah.
All of them are. Anyone that's like rich from a young age, they're just so out of touch. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyways.
So yeah, sometimes that's how it works.
No, it always is.
No, not always.
Okay.
I don't have an example.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know. You look at it long enough, it's just like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Yeah. Why is that? Oh, yeah, he was rich from a young age. He doesn't know anything, and he's just everyone kiss his ass.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Elon.
There's a lot of examples of that. That's for friggin' sure.
Yeah, it'd be tough to find one that's not like that.
If you're not independently rich, like you grow up poor and become rich, so you're usually a pretty
well. Then the other thing too is that you don't know how to spend your money.
Yeah.
So you'll be like, someone comes up to you like, I got a business idea. It's only $50,000. Oh yeah, here you go, $50,000, no problem. Oh, that one didn't work, but I got another business idea. But this time it's $100,000. Oh yeah, here you go, no problem. And it's like, wow, I can afford to buy 4 Lamborghinis. Cool.
So I will.
Let's do it. And then it's just you end up living in a fucking ditch, scrounging for crack rocks.
Yep. That's you got rich by winning the lottery.
Yeah, but even then, like, okay. We're getting off on a real weird tangent here. But same thing with like an NHL player or like a basketball player. It's like you come out of college, especially for basketball players, because they go from high school to the NBA.
Yeah.
When it's like, I have no money, and now I have $50 million. And then when they retire, they have nothing because it's just like the money keeps coming in.
Yeah.
It's like I take the whole squad to Hawaii. I rent the whole floor in the hotel. I just pop $500 bottles of champagne every night.
Yeah.
I don't drink it. I pour it on a prostitute. You know?
Yeah.
And then they retire and it's like, oh, fuck, I gotta go flip burgers at McDonald's.
No.
I have no money. So, anyways.
Yeah.
That's like winning the lottery, though.
Yeah.
Especially for the parents, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, what did they do? Nothing.
Nothing.
And then your son's
They get the
$50 million.
Lambos.
So it's just...
They just get the Lambos.
The smart NBA players would be like, I'll buy everything, but it's in my mom's name.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Anyways.
Yeah.
Work sucks. That's what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
What about you for work?
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Go out of town for...
Helicopter ride?
Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. The helicopter's coming, though.
Are you going to be in it?
No.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
not trained to do that.
No, but just ride in it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it.
You're in
though.
charge, right?
No.
No.
I'm in charge up to a point.
Just be like, I need a bird's eye view of the site, and then give them a wink, you know?
Helicopters are expensive.
You got to try to get on the helicopter.
They're like $3,000 an hour.
No, I know. But if it's coming to pick up the rope off the ground or whatever, you'd be like, just get into it.
I'm just getting in.
Yeah, just see if they do anything. I'm on the site.
Yeah.
I'm Michael. And just get in. What's the worst that happens? They say, oh, we can't take you up. You get out.
Yeah.
But if they just let you sit in it, free helicopter ride.
We'll see if I'm even there for that.
Oh, they're going to do you the dirty, eh?
I mean, I don't want to be out of town.
Well, I know, but if you're out of town, I'm not saying go there as a special trip just in case you get on the helicopter. But if you're standing there anyways and the helicopter's all buckled up and everything, it's like, no, there's this empty seat.
No, I'll just hop in. We'll just see where it goes.
Can I come with you?
There's multiple trips.
Exactly, dude.
There's 30, almost 40 trips across the river.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I like it. I think you can probably sneak on. Grab onto the rotor on the back.
I'll just grab onto the
yeah.
Cliffhanger it up there.
Yeah, dude. Totally. I love it. Take your drone though. You gotta get footage of that.
I'll just be hanging on, using the drone.
Yeah,
from below.
Dude, that's a great idea.
That's an awful idea.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful. Just getting yelled at.
Oh, fun.
Not yelled at personally, but in the room while yelling is happening about things. And so, yeah, that's always fun. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Had to go to Princeton. That was fun.
Oh, Princeton. I've been to Princeton.
Yeah, had to dig a 12-meter long trench.
With a spoon?
No, with a trenching shovel.
Oh, whoa. You didn't even get to use like a real like excavator or anything?
No. There's too much stuff underground.
You did it?
Yeah, me and
Oh, God. Was it gravelly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Was it gravelly? Yes. Was it rocky? Yes.
Was it frozen a little bit?
Was it roots and stuff? Yes.
Oh. Wow.
So I'll tell a story.
Okay.
We got there. We're digging the trench.
Mm-hmm.
A woman pulls up. She's like, "Did you hear about the thing?" I'm like, "What thing?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, that service box right there, that hole in the ground. They left that open, and somebody drove their car into it."
Okay.
It's like a small box. It's like 3 feet by 2 feet, but still somebody drove their car into it because they didn't have it coned off or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, that's
sweet,
funny,
crazy."
My phone is ringing even though it's on silent. That's kind of strange.
Well, maybe you should look at it then. Maybe it's like an emergency.
No.
Okay, then put it down.
Can you do the thing? There we go. There we go. That was strange. Oh,
okay.
You typed in chat and it says moderator curb stomped.
It doesn't say that to me anyways.
Interesting. Yeah, I had 10-meter long trench, 12-meter long trench, something like that.
10 meters? I thought you said 10 feet.
No, 12. No, it's 12 meters. I had to measure it to see how much.
That's
stuff
like 36 feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had to go from the service box in somebody else's
property.
That
take? How deep?
It took 5 hours.
How deep?
10 inches.
Okay.
It wasn't that deep. Yeah, we had to do it. It was 11-hour day.
Oh my God.
2 hours to Princeton, 2 hours and back.
Oh my god.
5 hours.
Were you sore afterwards?
Oh yeah, I'm still sore.
Yeah.
But I guess have I done all the work stuff? That leads to the next thing. I've been doing a lot of woodwork outside. I don't know if you noticed.
I saw that. I did.
I got a nice slab out there of Douglas fir that was given to me by Matzner.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make some shelves out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like extremely rough cut from the mill.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like not planed. It's actually
splintery.
Yeah, it's splintery. It's actually 2 inches by 12 inches by the length. I think it's 80 inches.
That's a thickie.
Yeah, and it's actually 2 by 12. Like, you know, when you get after it's 2 by, it's like a 2x4 until it gets planed down, and then it's like
1.5
it's
by
1.5,
3.5.
yeah, by 3.5.
Yeah.
This is actually 2 inches by 12 inches.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I've been sanding that down with the belt sander. I hit it with the 50 grit.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And I started palm sanding it down with 100 grit, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get the belt sander back out with 100 grit paper.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much work.
It's just too much.
That's why they make these tools.
Yes, that's why I have these tools. But
Yeah.
I didn't have a 100 grit belt.
Oh.
So I went.
They sell them in stores, you know.
Yeah, I know. I went down to Canadian Tire, and
Oh.
they were like, "Oh, the power's out."
Oh yeah.
So we
the
had a big fire.
power was out.
A big fire at across the river,
Yeah.
and it knocked out power to like 7,000 people over.
It
on
was
this side of the
weird
river.
though because it was like in different areas.
I know.
Like Tranquille, which is our main sort of area here in the north shore of our town, Kamloops, like those businesses were still on. Tranquille through 8th, but like this Canadian Tire, the power was up. It was on at the Dairy Queen because I got a blizzard.
Well, I know. I think it's on from the west side of Tranquille was fine. The east side was out.
Well, I'm not going to name a name, but there's a store on Tranquille that the power did not go out on.
Yeah.
That I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I think from going up this side, everything was out.
Yeah, but that side
Except
is where
for-
this store I'm talking about
Oh.
is.
I wonder what the hell store that is.
The one I work at.
Oh, no. Oh, this side of Fortune.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I
This
see what
side
you're
of
saying.
Fortune.
So it didn't go out. But on the other side of Fortune, it did? That's weird. Yeah, like the power was off at my house.
Whoa, weird. Yeah, because the power was off all the way through here. I looked at the BC Hydro map, and like the power was off all the way up to
Yeah,
here.
it was off
all the way to
downtown.
Canadian Tire.
Certain places downtown, it was off.
Yeah.
And then my other work spot, the power was out there. Because then
Yeah.
I had to work there the next day to catch up on the stuff they couldn't do because the power was out.
Yeah.
So
I went to Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
After the power came back on, and they were just closed. They were like, no sales.
I love it when
It was out for
when
like
I'm
2
working and the
hours.
power goes out. I love it. No, it was off longer than 2 hours at my house.
Oh.
I think. And downtown, one of the girls that used to work with me, she said it didn't come on until 9:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only out for 2 hours here.
So
I
it was
went up
very
to Canadian
weird.
Tire, and they were closed. And
Yeah.
then I went back again, and they didn't have the size of belts I needed in 100 grit.
Rough stuff.
Yeah, so now I got to go up somewhere else to find them. I did also build a rooftop storage shelf
For the tent?
For the tent, the rooftop tent, and I should be able to put the rack up there too, but I don't know how I'm going to lift the rack up there. That's going to be way too heavy.
So, like, is it too heavy for one person, but not for two people?
The rack?
Yeah.
No, it'll be too heavy for both because the top of the shelf is 190 centimeters high.
Yeah.
Which is above your head because I can fit right underneath it just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like if my hair's sticking up, I can feel it brush the top.
Yeah.
So it's enough that, I can get under there and because I have a table set up with a pegboard. So I'm going to put some lawn stuff up there. But that rack is like 120 pounds.
Okay.
Or even more. And it's super heavy. So like lifting it up over your head would be difficult to do.
But with two people.
With two people, you could possibly do it.
Okay, well, what was the end goal if you can't get it up there?
Well, the rack is fine. The rack doesn't need to go up there.
Oh.
It's getting the tent up there for storage.
Okay.
Because we don't want to have... I would like to not have it on the Jeep at all times like everyone else in town does. Because that's just... There goes your fuel economy, right? That's like over 300 pounds or so.
So, it's like hard exterior or something? Like,
yeah.
It's like hard plastic or something?
It's hard on top and hard on bottom, and then there's a zip close.
So there's not like a mouse couldn't like eat into it or something?
No.
Okay.
And it's off the ground anyway, so.
Yeah, I've never seen a mouse climb, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And yeah, I got that. That's all together. Bought some pegboard yesterday, put that up.
Yep.
And I just need to. I think the plan is we get casters to put on the front of the top of the shelf and then push it up like that.
Oh yeah. That'd probably be good.
Probably pull it up from the other side too, because I could probably do that.
Is there a way to put a rope onto it? And
Yeah. There's some things you
get
can
a pulley going on it or something. Cool.
Yeah. So did that. Lots of construction. My arms are very sore.
I bet.
I've been sanding that piece of wood for like 4 hours already.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be madness.
Nice.
I bought a VR pulley system.
Okay.
So that I can mount the cable to the roof and it's on pulleys so that it just...
it retracts on its own? Ah, yeah.
I got that set up this morning.
Nice.
Of course, put the new CPU in the streaming PC this morning, and now we're
not
fully...
new, but...
Yeah, well, the CPU that was supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
And so now we're at full chooch.
Yep.
Recording, streaming on one PC.
Yep.
And
everything's good.
Everything turns out when we stop recording.
I mean, everything seems to be going good. So
yes,
we'll
so
see.
far.
We'll see.
So far.
Yep.
Cool. I have to go back out of town on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Not looking forward to it.
No.
I mean, money is good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rather be at home.
Yeah. Oh, we went hiking on Monday as well.
Oh yeah.
Up to like the Red Rock Lookout in Lillooet.
Oh yeah.
I went hiking in my work boots and my work clothes, and it was difficult.
Yeah, no
that
kidding.
That is not a flat trail. It's very steep.
No, that would suck. Steep.
Yeah, it was good though. Good lookout. I guess I'll post some pictures in the Discord.
Do it
at some point.
Do it.
I'll do it.
I want to see it.
Yes. Gaming.
Oh yeah.
I played Dredge.
More Dredge.
I should have not bought Dredge yet, so I could continue to play Star Wars game.
Oh yeah. I mean, Star Wars game will be there.
Yeah, that's true. Dredge is it's just so much fun. It's so not relaxing. You think it would be relaxing, but it's not, because there's too many Lovecraftian horrors.
Eldritch horrors coming at you.
Horrors, yeah. And all the everything fishing, all the dredging, everything's just like a mini game, just timing mini game.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun exploring around, upgrading your ship, finding all the cool stuff
that's
out in the world. 'Cause it's just like islands everywhere. There's no like major land masses, just islands, little cities,
water
little
world,
people, some crazies on like deserted places.
Well, you'd have to be crazy if you're getting attacked by Cthulhu-esque demons in the ocean.
Yeah, there's a lot of big things. You're like, oh god, there's a big thing here. Why? It's daytime.
Love it.
Because your ship starts out at 15 knots. That's it. You can go 15 knots, which is slow as frig.
Yeah.
And you have to like upgrade and build up your ship so that you can catch different fish, go faster, go further. And it's been a real pleasure doing that. I've had a lot of fun.
Looks interesting.
It's super fun.
I should look into it, but
yes.
We shall see anyway. Is that the only one you played besides Yakuza?
Yakuza. Started playing Starbound again.
Oh, Starbound.
With Mamsner.
Yes.
Because I was like, I got like a bunch of achievements. But they're all hidden achievements, so I don't know how to get them.
Oh, that's easy. You just go to...
just go to like an achievement looker.
Yeah, there's like... I go to True Achievements for Xbox, but they have a Steam version of that exact website. And it'll tell you... Well, I mean, it seems honestly like only the Xbox one is... It seems like only...
Complete?
Well, it seems like Xbox achievement hunters are way more rabid than any other one. Because you go to the Xbox achievements website, and it's like every achievement has, how to do it, or how to cheat it, or how to do it, or whatever. But you go to like the PlayStation version of the website, and even the same game won't have a guide for getting the trophy.
Weird.
And I'm assuming with the Steam website, there's just a fucking quintillion games that have Steam achievements.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because Xbox was the first.
Maybe, but maybe it's just there's a different website for trophies that, because I just went to the trophy version of the Xbox site. Maybe there's a different one that's like more busy or whatever, but the PlayStation version is not very full up. So,
yeah. I don't know. I got like 36 more achievements to get. They're all hidden, so I'll have to try and find and look them up.
Well, you could just do the old like, what's it called? like developer mode or like command prompt and just unlock them like.
That's no fun.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah, I forgot loading back into the game how satisfying all the sounds were and how cool the worlds were with their building. But there seems to be like a lot of the same creatures on the same kind of looking worlds.
Yeah.
Like, oh, these should all be different, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And I forgot how slow the mining is, even though you can mine 4 blocks at a time. It's just like, it's so slow.
Yeah. Gotta get that upgraded and whatever.
Yeah.
Miner.
Yeah. I started upgrading it. I can now suck liquids out.
Slurp it up.
They added mechs to the game.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a mech immediately.
That's no good.
Like immediately.
I know. I mean, they did that for existing players.
Could be.
Well, it's just like I guess if you're an existing player, you'd already have a save that could have just, unlocked it later in the game. But
yeah,
I don't know. Doesn't you find that take away a bit from the game?
I thought it might.
Yeah.
But the mech is so large, it doesn't fit everywhere. I mean, you can mine with the mech as well, but that's also fairly slow.
Yeah.
And the mech has limited fuel.
Yeah, okay.
So like the more you're jumping around and doing stuff like that, it just runs out of fuel. And as soon as you exit the mech and you leave the screen, it's gone. It goes back up to your ship.
Oh, really? Recall.
Yeah. But there are quests at the start now that involve you going out into deep space and visiting other people's ships, because there's like non-player character ships out there that you can visit.
Yeah.
And so you need to have your mech in order to get from your ship to their ship.
I see.
So I think that's why they added it, because they added that kind of stuff.
Interesting. Is it like Terraria where they're still updating it?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I should look, because I mean it's Chucklefish, and they did, of course.
Well, did they do it or did they publish it?
They published.
Like they didn't make Stardew Valley.
No, they published.
But they published it.
But I'm curious as to if it's because it's very similar. Graphical stylings, I guess not similar.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never played Stardew Valley, so I haven't a clue.
Wow, you haven't played Stardew?
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's by Chucklefish, so it's in my list because they tend to publish fairly decent games.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I like it a lot.
I from what I've seen on it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, it's just like Harvest Moon, but like way better. So. If you played Harvest Moon in the past.
I have played Harvest Moon in the past, and this and that Harvest... No. What's
like, what, Harvest Moon or like the other one?
The other one. What the hell's it called now?
Like, what is it called? Tale of Seasons or something like that?
No.
I don't know what year... I don't know what year...
No, the game we're talking about.
Harvest Moon?
Yeah, is it Harvest Moon?
Yeah.
No, Stardew.
Oh,
Stardew has like all kinds of combat and stuff in it.
Yeah. You can go in the mines.
Dungeons and mine dungeons.
Yeah. And it's got dating. It's got mysteries. Mysteries to solve. You can pet a dog.
The Chucklefish website doesn't actually have Stardew on here.
Well, they might have not published it anymore.
Yeah.
Because now Concerned Ape he's so big. He's got his, he's made so much money with Stardew, he could probably do it himself.
Probably.
And he's got his new one coming out, The Haunted Chocolatier. So.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, that's his new one coming. So.
Oh yeah. It's published by himself now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think it was just the initial publication.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's made so much fucking money on that. It was all solo, dude. Like.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, not anymore. It's not all solo, obviously. But it's still like, holy fuck, he's killing the game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Stardew and Terraria are in the same kind of boat where they're huge and they're still being worked on. Like,
well, not really so much Stardew. There is some new stuff coming shortly here, but no, it's not like Terraria where they're adding like 1,000 items and stuff like that. There has been a lot added though.
Yeah, Terraria's getting like a whole host of... Well, I don't know. I haven't seen what is actually coming.
For what, Terraria?
Yeah, the new Terraria.
I know, they're liars. They said they were done, but then they're like, actually, nah.
I know, they said they were done like 2 years ago, and they're like, oh, well, we're the #1 most sold game on Steam, so we'll just go ahead and
like, why would you stop? Like, is Microsoft like, we're done with Minecraft. We don't need to add anything more.
I don't think they were expecting it to be
Dude, it was already huge when they said they were stopping.
We don't know. We can't really say how big it is and if it was Steam's #1,
Well, you can tell by the review numbers.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
You can tell. It's not. Wow, is it the most #1 sold game? I don't know, but it's fucking
I don't know
huge.
If it still is.
It's fucking huge. But even when they announced they were stopping, I was like, why would they stop? It's such a huge game, and people are still buying it all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever.
I wonder what
Terraria. It's the other block game.
The other block game.
Yeah.
44 million copies by 20.
Like, even if you don't want to work on it, like maybe the people that work on it are like, I don't want to work on it anymore. Then hire 50 fucking other people to work on it.
There
like,
are a lot of people.
No, I know, but it's like the main guys were like, I'm tired of Terraria. It's like, okay, then hand the reins to somebody else. Like, you're making so much money here, and people love it, and they love to see the new shit, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Get with the program. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Anyways. That's okay.
Yes. Where are my notes?
And that was it? No other games?
That was it. No other games. Starbound, Dredge.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly Dredge.
Okay.
That game's stressful, though.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
I played a game.
Yes.
Called 5 Dates.
Yes, I know. I watched a little bit. I was like, what?
Oh, did you? Yeah. This was gifted to me by a guy in the stream, Epic. He gave it to me on Steam, but it wouldn't launch. So I bought it on Xbox to play it because it was like $12 or something. So nothing major. It's basically a guy. It takes place during COVID lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And the idea is that you're a dude and you're wanting to go on some video dates. So you sign up for this video dating app and you match with girls and then you go on virtual dates, talk to them or whatever.
Yeah.
There's 5 girls, obviously 5 dates.
5 dates, yep.
We're only like, we're not a premium member of this dating app. So you can only choose 3 matches, right?
Uh-huh.
So of course the 3 you choose match with you because otherwise the game would be stupid. But you get to set up your profile a little bit where it's like you get to choose your job, your star sign.
Is it a drop down?
It's not a drop down, no.
Oh, so you get to type in.
No, you get. It's a list. But, okay, it is a drop down, more or less. But so you can choose your different likes, like travel and music and whatever, and then what your job is, and it kind of changes the videos where like they'll be like, oh, what's your job, and he'll be like, oh. I'm a creative, and it's really hard during COVID times trying to like get the inspiration, and blah blah blah. Same thing with your, it'll say you like music, and then the girl will be like, "Oh, I've been listening to this song. Let me send it to you through the app, and you can tell me what you like." And then you have a little dance party with her. So I played this, and oh man, I enjoyed it, but it was also just like, it was kind of like, first of all, it was kind of like Phoenix Wright. Where it's like, I know what I want to say based on the answer and the way I interpret it. And then when I choose it, he'll say something else and be like, that's not what I meant. You idiots. But then it was also, I was playing it like me.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, none of the girls like me. I was like, this is too real. This is too real. It was very sad. I had to cheat to win. That's not entirely true. I got through more or less the matches with a couple girls where I would answer like I would answer.
Yeah.
But then there's some of the questions where it's like, so there's one, obviously a dating game. So it's like, the one question was we were playing Would You Rather?
Yeah.
And the question starts off like, would you rather? It was like I asked her like innocuous question, like, would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet or something like that?
Yeah.
And her question to me was, would you rather have during sex terrible dirty talk or complete silence? So I'm read this right, and I'm like, complete silence would be weird. Like nothing, just complete silence. So I was like, I'll choose the other one, awkward, like bad dirty talk or whatever. And then she's answering like, no, I could never do that. That's too weird. Like, all you need is like the moans and groans and everything. I was like, bitch, you said complete silence. So we didn't match. But it was also like, the 5 girls, they're interesting, whatever, they're different. But like the guy you play in the game is also an idiot. So like there's the one girl I match with named Saffron.
Yep.
I don't want to say, but we were FaceTiming at the end. No big deal. But she she asks like, oh, like, are you, she's like, on her thing, she says she's a vegan, right? So we start talking about food and she's like, are you a vegan or whatever? And I answered truthfully and I say, no, I eat meat. And she's like, you're a monster. And Vinny, the guy, is like, oh, really? Oh God, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, I'm joking. It's okay. I don't care that you eat meat, but like, if we were on a date, would you not eat meat in front of me? And I was like, well, okay, sure. That's no big deal. Like, I can have a salad, and when we're done the date, I'll go have a Big Mac. No big deal. So I say, like, no, I wouldn't eat meat in front of you. That's no problem. We could go to a vegan restaurant or whatever. She, oh, thank you. So we have a second date, and the second date is like it's a game date or whatever. But then you get to the third date, and that's like the dinner date where you each make a dinner and eat it together, right? So in between this game, you have calls with your hype man. I need a hype man. This Callum guy is the star of the game. Yeah. Because he's your hype man. And he's like, you're the best. I'm like, where's my Callum? Anyway, so we're talking and he's like, yeah, it's the dinner date with Saffron tonight. He's like, yeah. All right. Okay. What are you doing? And you can pause the game at any time, right?
Yeah.
Because you can look at how much they like you.
Yeah.
So I'd look and be like, oh, she likes me, whatever. So Vinny's like, I'm cooking up a steak for tonight. And I instantly pause. I'm like, Vinny, you fucking idiots. She's a vegan. We already went over this. And I'm like, oh, this guy's an idiot. I would never do that.
No.
He's such a dope, right? Yes. So then he unpauses it. I unpause it. And Callum's like, hey, bruv, isn't she a vegan? Like, what are you doing? He's, oh, I forgot. Oh, my God. I'm like, Vinny, you dipshit. Like, think about what you're doing. Anyways, then we get to the meal and we're eating it. And she's like, oh, I made this lentil ragu or whatever. Mm-hmm. Looks nice. And then she's like, what did you make? He's like, oh, I made this Cobb salad with the lettuce. There's tomato. You can see there's a little cheese on top and the egg and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty delicious. She's like, oh, yeah, that's not really vegan, though. Or vegetarian. And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, there's cheese on it. He's like, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm like, yeah, you are. She was fine. So she was okay with it. She's a pretty chill chick. But anyways, it was enjoyable, but also very disheartening.
The part that I was watching, we were having a conversation with Callum.
Okay.
And something about you taking something before the date. And then you said no.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I fucked up. So I went on a date with Maya, very spicy Spanish chick.
Yeah.
And she was drinking red wine the whole time.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, am I the only one drinking on the first date? She's like, am I the only one drinking? And I'm like, oh, sorry. And like in the game, Vinny just is like, oh, sorry, I didn't get a drink or whatever. But he could have just went to the fridge and got a beer, right?
Yeah.
Which he didn't do.
No. You can't stand up and go to the fridge in the middle of the date.
You just run over there quick and you grab it, right? Like, it's no big deal. I would say on my first date with Maya, her roommate was banging on the door because he scored some weed, so she had to leave early.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can go get a beer.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're on to the dinner date one. And again, I instantly just said no immediately. And then I was like, no, fuck, she's going to be drinking again. Oh, I fucked up. And also, like, I had it on streamer mode where you could pause. It would pause when it was like the time to choose.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it would default to a choice.
Yeah.
So you can tell that you have to make a split decision.
Yeah, it was definitely split because I didn't even see it.
In non-streamer mode. So I started my last date with Maya, and I'm like, is she crying? Like, her eyes were all red, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's so weird. And then we do a little banter, and she's kind of like, looks like she's crying. And the option's like, to ask her, like, is there anything wrong, or to ignore it, right?
Yeah.
So I say, is there anything wrong? She's like, no, it's fine, no problem. And then she's still talking, and the next selections pop up, and it's like, are you sure you're okay, or ignore it, right?
Yeah.
And I just click, are you sure you're okay? And she keeps going on about how, like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, don't ask me about it or whatever. And then because I chose that before I heard what she said, I'm like, I chose the wrong one. So then we get to the next. She's like, I told you I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. Like, get off my back. And I'm like, I fucked up again. But I mean, I don't want to brag, but we were FaceTiming afterwards.
Well.
Yeah, it was interesting, but also, yeah, very disheartening.
Yeah.
So, I liked it, but yeah. Anyways, there's another one called 10 Dates.
Oh.
But there's two protagonists. There's a guy and a girl.
Okay.
So you can date some dudes or date some chicks.
Ah.
So, and one of the chicks is a girl that was in the Until Dawn game I played.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, I was like looking it on stream, and our mutual friend from stream, Bobby, was like, oh yeah, you should get 10 dates. You should get 10 dates. And I click on it to look at the people that are in it. And I'm like, oh, it says this chick is in Until Dawn. And he's like, well, you have to get it.
You got to get it now.
So I was like, okay. I'll do it. But that was basically what I played pretty much.
Nice.
Besides Yakuza, which we'll talk about later.
Yes.
But can I talk about some movies?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Last night I did movie stream. And we watched...
Alone?
I was solo. Riding solo. So I did these movies called Pieces and Rabid.
Yep.
They're from the 70s or 80s, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen either of them. Pieces was ridiculous. Like, it was obviously like a spaghetti horror movie, i.e. it was like Italian.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
You've never heard that before?
No.
Well, that's what they call... That's why you know why they call them spaghetti westerns?
Because they're Italian?
Yeah. They're filmed in Italy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So this was like a spaghetti horror movie, but it was obvious they were just like
1982.
They were like, right? It doesn't matter. Like there's the main character says like, oh, I have a kung fu class. It takes place at a college, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And there's like undercover cops, but they can't afford to pay the undercover cops, so it's like volunteer, and then they have to get the student to look after the girl because there's no other cops and blah 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 blah. It's just like so. Just. The scenes and everything are so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, why did they show this scene? It's probably because it was a cool special effect. Like the movie opens up with a guy kills his mom. He's doing a puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
And it's a naked chick. The mom comes in and is like, oh, what is this, you sick fucking kid? Smacks it away and like ransacking the room. The kid comes in with an axe, kills the mom. Then hides in the closet and is like, a mean man came in and hurt my mom. And he gets away with it. And then it's like, who does the kid grow up to be? Is it the weird professor? Is it the weird janitor? Is it this student? Is it this student? But then it shows like a couple scenes at the start of just a girl who gets murdered. She is laying on the grounds of the college. And the guy's with a chainsaw in the bush starts it up. And the girl's like, hey, are you going to be doing that all day? Like, I'll move if you are. And he's like, no, just a few minutes. And then he comes over and cuts her head off. But the way they showed the dead body was hilarious because it was obviously they literally buried the woman's head in the ground and showed the dead body. Like, it was crazy the way they did it. But then they show a girl skateboarding. And there's like, it's like a slapstick from a cartoon where the mirror movers are pulling a big mirror out of the truck and she's like out of control, like, ah, she crashes through the mirror and she dies. And it's like, what was the point in that? That wasn't even a murder. That was just an accident. It was so weird. But anyway, there's like a whole scene where he says, I have a kung fu teacher, and the female cop's like searching around the campus. What's going on? And the kung fu teacher comes around the corner, kicks him in the head. He looks like, it's like they saw Enter the Dragon, where like, we need a Chinese dude to kick this woman around a bit. And he's like doing hi-yas and kicks and all this shit. She pulls out a gun. He kicks her the gun out of her hand. She kicks him in the balls. He falls to the ground. And then the hero kid rides up on his motorbike and is like, oh, this is my kung fu teacher. And he's like, yes, I don't want to do the voice, but like very stereotypical. Like, I'm sorry. Let's not worry about it. And that was it. That was the end of the scene. And it was like, what was the point of that? So someone in the chat said like, maybe that was to show that she'll fight back. Because all the other girls are just, no. And they just sort of like the chainsaw's coming at them from across the room and they don't move, you know? I liked it, but it was so fucking stupid. And then the other one is called Rabid, which is a Canadian movie directed by David Cronenberg. Ooh. Body horror master.
Yep.
This is another body horror movie.
Did you watch the 1990?
No, we watched the original. One? I didn't watch the remake.
1977?
The remake is by the Soska sisters, who are actually Canadian as well. Oh. But no, I watched the original David Cronenberg one. And stars Marilyn Chambers, porn star. And very controversial at the time, obviously, to have a porn star in a film.
In a non-porn
and also a Canadian movie. But it's basically, this movie is crazy. Like, it predicted the future, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. So she crashes her bike. She's all like road rashed and burnt and shit. She crashes conveniently outside of this plastic surgery clinic. And they're like, well, what we're going to do, it's too far away to get to the hospital. This is the 70s. So it's too far to get her to the hospital. We're going to work on her in the clinic. So what they're going to do is they're going to remove skin from her thigh, and they're basically going to take it and like reset the skin so it's like neutral, and it'll grow into any type of cell that you want, basically. And I'm like, this is like stem cells.
Yeah.
So they graft her, but it doesn't work right, and she gets like a weird vampire penis sort of thing out of her armpit. She's a vampire basically, and she squirts out a poker that slurps blood out. But when she does that, it turns the people rabid, and they attack other people and bite them and stuff. So it's very weird, right?
Yeah.
But then when that's going on, it takes place in Canada. This happens in Ontario, but they go to Montreal. So they go to Montreal, and one of the guys she bit starts spreading the rabies around, right?
Yeah.
And they put the city on lockdown. World Health Organization is there. They get a new vaccine. You have to have a vaccine pass. And I'm like, this fucking movie predicted COVID. It was crazy. But then it's martial law, so they're shooting guys because they're like rabid on the street, and then throwing them in the back of a dump truck or whatever. So I liked it a lot. It wasn't as crazy as Pieces, but I liked it a lot. But the one thing was like, they show this guy. She goes into a barn. She's already killed a guy, but goes into a barn. There's a cow, so she starts slurping the blood out of the cow, right? But then a farmer comes in, and he's like drinking this. He's like, "Hey, pretty girl, I'll show you. I'll let you get something to drink right straight from the tap," you know. And they show the guy, and he looks like he's like your grandpa, right?
Yeah.
So he gets bit, whatever. She leaves. So he comes into anyways, he gets rabid. They're driving. They hear a radio story about it. And like, oh, so-and-so Chuck, whatever, assaulted these guys in a chicken restaurant yesterday. And they say his name is Chuck, whatever, and he's 43 years old. And I'm like, he was supposed to be 43 years old? He looked like he was 60. I was like, what the fuck? So then I was like, well, what's going on here? I know that it was a different time in the 70s.
Yep.
Because everyone's smoking all the time, He was that age in this movie.
Oh my God.
But he looked like he was 60. And then there's another guy. He looked like another grandpa. And they show him, he called him at his house. He's got a baby on his lap. And I'm like, is that his baby? Like, this guy's like, looks like he's 60. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe it's his granddaughter. He's like, no, I'm here with the wife and the baby and whatever. So then I was like, I got to look up this guy's age. He's 45. He was like a melted candle. He was so droopy and old. And I was like, wow, the 70s were crazy. Like, I know we get new technology and we learn and, whatever. But wow, it was really shocking to see,
That's crazy.
But you see nowadays, you'll look at actors and stuff are generally a bad one to look at because it'll be like, well, I see like Brad Pitt, but I can tell he's had like some little work done.
A little tweak here.
But even if he didn't have work done and you looked at him, you would probably not be like, oh, that guy's like 55.
Yeah.
You'd probably be like, oh, he's in his 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
But like these guys in the 70s, it was like, wow, they're 1 foot in the grave here. It was crazy, dude. I couldn't believe it because I was like, there's no fucking way this guy is 43 or whatever. And then I look, it's like he was born whatever. And in 1977, when this came out, he was 43. It's like, holy fuck.
Man, we're doing good.
That's crazy. But it's just the way they look. Like the guy lived to be like 90.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was smoking 10 packs a day. It was crazy.
That is crazy, man.
But I watched another Canadian movie called Skinamarink.
Yeah, it's like, what is this word right here? Does that say Skinamarink?
Like, says Skinamarink. I cannot recommend this movie to anyone.
No.
I'll tell you why I can't recommend it. First of all, I don't think anyone would give it the opportunity to go. They would watch it for 15 or 20 minutes and be like, what the fuck is this? I'm not watching this anymore. There's nothing happening, which is true. Yeah. Virtually nothing is happening. This movie is a horror movie. It's like uber lo-fi. Like you will be looking at the screen and be like, what am I looking at? And then it'll be like, oh, it's like the roof in the corner of a door. Like you never see anything except like the floor or the roof, more or less.
Yeah.
And it's basically like if they filmed it in blackness and then pumped up the gain so you could see it. It's kind of like that. Or it'll be just like, it's what it made me think of is like the footage was irradiated. So it's all like got like where the little radiation hit the film, and sort of ruined it. It's like that. And basically the movie is they're in a house, the parents disappear, and the kids are downstairs, 2 kids. And the movie's like literally 2 hours long of just them in the house going, Mom, where are you, Mom? And then watching a cartoon, playing with Lego, but it's all like very poorly lit.
Yeah.
It's not poorly lit, but it's just the film grain and everything on it. You cannot, it's very disturbing that way. But it has a sense of foreboding because you'll hear stuff where it'll be like the mom hasn't been there or the dad hasn't been there. And all of a sudden the kids will hear like the dad will be like, come upstairs. And the kids will be like, they'll go upstairs and the dad will be sitting on the bed and the dad will be like, you have to look under the bed. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, don't look under the bed. And then the kid looks under the bed and there's nothing there. And the kid looks under the bed and there's nothing there. And then the dad's gone. But now the mom's sitting on the bed and the mom's like, I love you. And it's just her back.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my fucking God, what is going on here? And it's even thinking about it now, I'm just like, the foreboding was like crazy.
I think that sounds like that's what they were going for.
It worked well. There's one. That's crazy that your phone keeps doing that. What's going on with the phone today?
I don't know.
There's one scare in it that got me really good, but other than the sense of foreboding, there's like nothing else going on. There's no resolution at the end.
It just goes.
It's like something bad happened in this house.
Yeah.
You don't know what. Like the kids call 911 eventually when the phone works.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid's like 5. So he's like, my mom's not here. And the doors disappeared. And the 911 operator's like, what do you mean the doors disappeared? They removed the door? And he's like, the hole is gone. Because there's a scene where they show the corner of the room and you can see the door and it just goes, pop, it's gone. And it's like, well, that's disturbing. But like, what the fuck is happening here? So the movie is very much love it or hate it.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it, I started watching it for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was watching it on my free website.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow, the quality's really bad, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, let me sign up for Shudder and pay for it. And then I was like, oh, that was intentional.
That was intentional.
So then I was like, well, I paid for Shudder. I've heard a lot about this movie, like, that it's polarizing. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to watch it all the way through. Yeah. And I did. Was I happy with my decision? It was something to see.
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed, but I know if I like, I was happy I watched it, but I know if I told someone like you should watch it, they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because I've told other people to watch movies like The Innkeepers.
Yeah.
Very slow burn movie. The Innkeepers. Yeah. This movie, very slow burn. And they're like, that's the most boring horror movie I've ever seen. And I was like, well, did you get to this part? And it's like, no, I didn't even make it that far. It's like you sat through all the lead up to that and then you didn't get to the payoff. Like, I know the Marvel movies have changed. You can't have 1 second of nothing happening. Mm-hmm. But like these movies, they just build it up so nicely.
It sounds pretty interesting. I mean, the budget.
Oh, $1,000?
$1,500.
Yeah, I was gonna say they couldn't have spent.
No, $15,000.
Okay, even
$15,000.
I can believe it.
Yeah, and it grossed 2.1 mil at the box office, and it's like the first thing in Google is like people also ask, what's the point of Skinamarink?
That's exactly the point is to be like disturb you a little bit, but not even that much. It's not like afterwards I was like, oh, that was scary. It's just the sense of foreboding. The one scene, I wish I could spoil it, but I don't want to because, I mean, I don't know if you're going to watch it, but it was just so good where I was just like, oh my fucking God. Oh my, what the fuck am I seeing?
Yeah.
Anyways.
That was produced in 2022.
Oh yeah, it's like brand new, dude.
Oh, there you go.
It was like filmed in like Calgary or something, I think. Huh. Yeah. It's like this guy's first movie.
Yeah.
Very high concept and...
Oh, yeah. This it looks like a movie that I know someone will love it.
Oh, yeah?
I got a friend who's going to love this movie, for sure.
Do you want to share the name of this friend?
High concept. He's very, very much about that.
And that is?
Oh, you don't know him.
Oh.
Nobody here would know him. So
really? Your imaginary friend.
Secret.
Okay,
he's a high school friend.
Are you gonna watch this movie?
Actually, he's an elementary school friend.
Wow.
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna spoil it. Everyone, spoiler talk. So, they're kids, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a part where the power's like the toilet disappears, the power's going out. There's no lights. They have a flashlight, right?
Yeah.
And the kids are like looking around the house because they're kids. They don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
But they're also not scared really because they're kids, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be just like, let's watch a cartoon. And then they'll be like, where did mom go? Billy, where did mom go? Oh, I don't know, but let's eat a cracker. So they're like going through the house and they're shining the flashlight in the low def sort of way.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, okay, I can tell it's a bed. Oh, okay, I can tell this is the corner of the bathroom where the bucket is. And then they do a thing where it looks like two fucking eyes. Pitch black, but two like low def eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God, what is this? And they flip on the flashlight and it's just like the old phone that you would use as a kid that has the eyes and you could dial it. And it's just sitting there in the dark, right? I was like, okay, that's not too bad. But then it plays like a jump scare sound and the eyes move and look at you. And I was like, oh my fucking God, right?
Yeah.
It got me so fucking good. But then at the end of the movie, the ending basically is like you were in the house.
Yeah.
Because the kids have sort of like disappeared and it's very weird and it's like a 4-dimensional space where it's like, well, this obviously doesn't connect and the hallway's too long and blah, blah, blah. And it's like super black and you can just see, it looks like flies just flying, but they sort of coalesce into a vague face. And then the face goes like, what's your name? Who are you? And it's like talking to you as the viewer. And I just was like, oh my God. So
sounds like an experience.
I wish I would have saw it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Like seeing it in my bedroom on my shitty TV that's got a green line going up the middle of it was not the optimum
really takes
view.
you out,
It was not the optimum viewing situation. So
yeah.
It was good. I liked it a lot. So
Yeah, sounds crazy.
pretty long though. It's like 2 hours long.
No.
With a lot of like looking at the corner for 15 seconds of nothing happening. And then you'll hear like a footstep. And then they'll show the roof corner for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You'll hear a door close. So anyways.
Yeah, Film Theory did a video on it.
You should watch it.
It's called The Scariest Movie You've Never Seen.
You should watch it then. You like those guys, right?
Yeah. I don't usually watch the Film Theory because it's not what's his face that does them. It's somebody else. It's not Matt Pat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Matt Pat, I think he only does Food Theory now, which is why it's the only one I watch now. But yeah, maybe I'll watch this video and have a see what it's about. See what they theorize about it.
I mean, there's got to be a lot of weird theories, but I mean, anyways.
Yeah.